Hello, and welcome to data meeting number 2 presentation for group 1. My name is Jacob, and I will be narrating for myself and Larissa. So the agenda for this meeting is an introduction of group members, meeting information, purpose of meeting, artifact tracking sheets, exploratory question, thoughts and conclusion, and then strengths and weaknesses. So, intro members. Again, my name is Jacob. My partner is Larissa, and we both took on a variety of roles to this meeting. So I'm obviously the narrator for the presentation. I was also the note taker and the tech person. Larissa was the facilitator, the timekeeper, and the Zoom host. Our meeting took place on February 14th, 2022. From 6 to 7:40 p.m. And the technology we used to meet was Zoom. So the purpose of our meeting, we had a few, was to meet and collaborate as a group, share our artifact tracking sheets, compare and contrast artifacts, decide on an exploratory question to focus on going forward. So these were really the three big things that we kind of focused on. So artifact tracking sheets. Before we met, Larissa and I put ours together individually before sharing with each other what we had accomplished. Normally I would put this on the presentation, but it was honestly becoming kind of a pain to try to do that because it wouldn't cooperate. So I'm just going to do it from our actual sheets. So this is Larissa's, and Larissa. The big thing between myself and Larissa's is that Larissa really kind of went the full 9 yards. She had a lot of different examples and ideas. And you can kind of see that here with her artifact tracking sheet. So she had a lot of good ideas that she really brought to the table. Myself, on the other hand, so my examples weren't as widespread, but I kind of focused more on what I was kind of doing in the classroom recently and what specifically could kind of fit into the objectives and standards from last data meeting. So together we kind of refined our own. We kind of talked a little bit more about our tracking sheets, and we kind of used that to kind of steer the conversation towards our exploratory question, which we decided to be: would more collaborative or individual assignments during class benefit the students' understanding on homework? Because we did focus a lot on homework. It seemed that a lot of the issues stemming from the lack of objectives being met did seem to come from the homework, either not being completed or not being accurate. So we kind of brainstormed some ideas that could help within class that could possibly help with that problem. So some thoughts and conclusions. So some of the big takeaways was that students are struggling. How can we change our teaching to help with that? And we thought about more collaboration in class, maybe start homework in class with check-ins. That way they can kind of get started and we can kind of get a little peek and see how they're doing and if we need to help them out. And maybe more checks and understanding, because really this kind of falls on, are they really getting what we talked about in class? And I think really kind of keep gearing towards that would be a good idea. What data is most valuable going forward? So we thought about assessments, checks for understanding, and then obviously homework, since these will be clear indicators of whether students are understanding or not. Some of our strengths and weaknesses from this meeting. So we worked very cohesively as a team. We communicated and agreed a lot. We were on the same page and worked together very well to fill out the tracking sheets. And really, when it came to working together, we did very well. Weaknesses. So it did take us some time to figure out the assignment details. We had to kind of read a lot. We had to schedule was busy, so it was kind of hard for us to plan the meeting. And then it took time for us to come up with and add artifacts in relation to our data set. So that is the end of our presentation. So thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.